Hi, my name is Don Tebow, and I'm the Chief Product Officer for NFT.com. Today, I'm going to be walking through the NFT.com platform that was just released to public beta, where anybody can connect to the site, create their own NFT profile, and begin to trade NFTs across our marketplace as well as a number of third-party marketplaces. So with that, let's jump in. The two components of NFT.com are one part social identity. The NFT.com profile is an NFT itself that users can mint to represent a unique profile name. This profile can not only be used to promote their personal collection of NFTs or NFTs that they created, but also acts as an Amazon Prime-like subscription for Web3. Holders of NFT.com profiles get access to exclusive features, but also things like no trading fees on the NFT.com marketplace. So you can build your collection without incurring significant fees like you do in other marketplaces. The marketplace at NFT.com has two parts. The first is the marketplace aggregator, which allows you to buy and sell NFTs through OpenSea, LooksRare, and X2Y2. The second part is the NFT.com native marketplace. This allows you to trade without fees if you have an NFT.com profile and do multiple trading types, including a fixed price listing as well as decreasing price listing, with more to come in the future. But ultimately, these features combine to allow NFT.com to serve as the one-stop shop for NFTs wherever those NFTs exist. So we're very excited for you to join us in this journey, and we'll start by showing you the process of creating your own profile. So I'll start my demo of NFT.com by going through the process of creating my NFT.com profile. Again, the profile acts as an Amazon Prime-like subscription for Web3 that helps buyers of NFTs not have to pay transaction fees on the NFT.com marketplace. This means you can build your collection with lower fees and focus on really supporting creators that you value. So in this case, I've connected my wallet using MetaMask. There's multiple options that you can choose, including the Coinbase wallet, Ledger, Ledger Live, and multiple others based on your preference and where you store your keys. Now I'll select Create a Profile to start the creation of my first profile. So in this case, the wallet I've connected has an NFT.com Genesis key. Genesis keys were NFTs that were sold at the launch of NFT.com to really begin our project as a community-driven and supported effort. Genesis key holders have been part of the private beta testing that we've done over the past few months, and we're able to mint some of the first profiles on NFT.com. Each Genesis key gets 4 free NFT.com profile mints, which are profiles that don't need to pay that license fee to maintain or extend the expiration of their profile, which I'll talk about shortly. So Genesis key holders can easily select whether they want to create a paid new profile or mint from one of their Genesis keys easily from the UI. Not only can I select whether I want to add one, but I can also add multiple NFT profiles to mint in a single transaction. And again, each profile is available to mint up, or each Genesis key can mint up to 4 profiles, as you can see here. You can see that I've minted one Fisher from my Genesis key already, so one of my mints has been claimed. In this case, though, I want to go through the process that the majority of users who are connecting to NFT.com for the first time will see when creating their profile. So again, the NFT.com profile gives you access to no trading fees on the NFT.com marketplace. And the first step is to actually select a profile name that hasn't been minted yet and can represent my exclusive social presence. So I've been having the Lion King stuck in my head recently, so I'll go with Awimbawe 8910. And luckily, this profile name is available. If I were to add something shorter, like A, you can see that that's unavailable, and others may be listed on third-party marketplaces, which would be shown in the UI as well. But in this case, I'll stick with Awimbawe 8910. Now, each profile has an expiration date that's set at the point of minting. After that expiration date, anybody can actually claim that profile name by extending the license and therefore the expiration for that NFT.com profile. But Don't worry, you can extend your expiry at any time through the settings page, which I'll show shortly. You can also choose to prepay multiple years of this expiration at the profile creation. So starting with the base of 1, I can increase it to as many years as I want depending on the funds I've got available. But in this case, I'll go with the default, which is 1 year of exclusivity for my NFT.com profile. And each year costs 0.03 ETH today in order to extend the expiry for the NFT.com profile for that long. So I'll select purchase and see a summary of the transaction. So we've got both the initial fee for the NFT.com profile, as well as the estimated gas that I need to pay on Ethereum to process the transaction. I'll select mint my profile. That triggers my wallet to prompt a transaction signature, which I'll confirm to then trigger the transaction. So right now the transaction is processing on the Ethereum blockchain to actually create my NFT.com profile. I'll see this spinning, and technically I can go to other parts of the site if I want while the profile is being created, but in this case, I'll wait and see it created here. So you can see my profile creation has been successful. I can go straight into minting another profile, but in this case, I'll go into customizing my NFT.com profile. Now, it's important to note that one of the benefits of NFT.com is each profile holder can access their profile name at the simple URL of nft.com/your profile name. So in this case, nft.com/awimbawe8910. So I'll start the customization process so you can see some of the features of profiles that are available today. So first I can enter my email so I can subscribe to the nft.com newsletter. This gives me updates on the product, ecosystem, and opportunities that might emerge for users of nft.com. In my case, I've already added it, so I'll X out of this box. Now you can see here that I've got now 2 nft.com profiles. Fisher, which I had created for my Genesis key, and awimbawe8910, which I just minted. In this case, I'll set awimbawe as my primary profile. So I'm now taken to my profile page. And right now, there's placeholder information that shows my profile name, a basic description, and a default profile picture and banner. I can also see the steps that will actually allow me to customize this profile. So here I've taken the first step, which is to create my NFT.com profile, and now I'll go into customization. So if I select Customize, I can see the steps include add a profile picture, bio, and NFT to make this NFT profile uniquely yours. So I'll go through and start that process. So I'll go to Edit Profile to begin making changes to my profile. I'll start with the profile picture. In this case, I've got some great screenshots that I've already shared, so I'll use those. And I've got a banner that I've used previously to upload as well. I also want to update my description. This is my new profile. And I'll hit save to update those changes. Now you can see that my profile has been updated after saving changes with my banner, profile picture, and description. But in this case, I want to actually show some of the NFTs that I've got held in my wallet currently. So I'll hit Edit Profile, which shows all of the different NFTs that are existing in my Ethereum wallet. So in this case, I'll display my profile NFT, my Genesis key, and I'll leave it at that. And then I can save my changes, and you can see that the NFTs are now visible in my profile for anybody to see. So now the step for also customizing my profile has been updated as well. If I want, I can enter the emails of some of my network if I want to have them join me at nft.com and create their own profiles, and would see that step reflected when they accept those invitations in the customization. And then finally, I can go through the process of actually buying NFTs here, which will take me to the Discover page. So with that, I'll now start to show the experience for discovering, buying, and selling NFTs. This page that you see here really represents the marketplace or shop interface for NFT.com. Through the Discover page, you can explore different NFTs, NFT collections, and profiles to really find the NFTs that you want to be purchasing based on the collections that they're a part of. So I can start by searching for a basic profile name or NFT name, like for instance, Bored Ape. I can see the verified collections of Bored Ape Yacht Club and Bored Ape Kennel Club up at the top, as well as NFTs that include that naming convention as well. But I can also really start from scratch to learn about new NFTs. So the NFTs tab displays NFTs that have been recently listed or have recent activity on different marketplaces. I can filter by the marketplace that they're listed on, again, whether that's OpenSea, LooksRare, X2Y2, or NFT.com. I can filter based on the status, whether it's new or available for buy now. I can filter based on price to find NFTs that are in my price range. And I can also filter on type, the smart contract that actually supports that or is used in that NFT collection. But maybe I want to instead actually learn about basic collections that are trending. If I go to the Collections tab, I can see the Collections leaderboard, which shows me some of the trading information for different collections over the past 24 hours, 7 days, 30 days, or even all time. I can also view all collections to learn about other collections that might not yet be on the leaderboard, but are still verified as legitimate by NFT.com. I can also filter these based on their floor price, their NFT type, their trading volume, or their date of issuance. So I can find whether that's some of the most well-traded NFT collections or the actual newest NFT collections easily here. I can also check out user profiles. These are NFT.com profiles that have actually been customized to display NFTs from their users. Many of these users have NFTs for sale, and I can use them almost as a storefront for seeing NFTs from the collectors that I know and trust, which ones I might actually want to buy. But in this case, I'll go back to the NFTs tab and see what's available in the NFT.com marketplace. So I've added the filter NFT.com, and I can see some of the NFTs that are available for sale based on different collections that they're a part of. In this case, I'll buy one of the Magnuses that's available for about 0.0001 ETH. So a pretty good price point for a demo. So I can either look at the NFT specifically by clicking on it, go straight into the purchase experience by selecting Buy Now, or add it to my cart to add multiple NFTs to that cart over time. In this case, I want to learn a bit more about the NFT. I've now found an NFT that I want to purchase. In this case, it's from the Prometheans collection. The NFT details page gives me information about the NFT I'm about to purchase. That could be info or traits based on the collection. I can see activity information, so I can learn about all of the different listings, as well as the actual price history of the NFT over time. I can also see the NFTs that are also a part of this collection, in case there's others I'd prefer to buy or want to buy at the same time. And I can see other profiles that actually feature or display this NFT. Now, in this case, I'll go through the process of adding this NFT to cart. I don't want to buy just yet because I want to keep browsing. First, I'll look at the actual collection page for this NFT. I can see the collection name, banner, a description of what the collection's about. I can see basic information on the trading of the NFT, including the floor price, volume, supply, owners, and more, as well as the NFTs within the collection itself. You can see that some are listed on NFT.com, while others are listed on multiple marketplaces like OpenSea, LooksRare, and X2Y2. If I select this NFT, I can actually see all of the listings in one place, so that maybe one has a different duration or even a different price, like in this case X2Y2, so I can get the preferred price for the NFT I want to purchase. I can also look at the profile owner of an NFT in the case that they have other NFTs listed that I want to buy. So I selected the profile for Luke and can see all of the NFTs that he's got displayed. I'm saying he because I know the team member that is doing this, and I can also see if there's any of the other NFTs that I want to purchase from this profile. But in this case, I'm happy with my selection so far, so I'll go through the purchase process for this NFT. I'll select Buy Now, which shows me a summary of the transaction I'm about to submit. I can see the total NFT price, about 15 cents, marketplace fees, which is 0 because I have an NFT.com profile, and the creator royalties, which in public beta are right now set to 0, but will soon be updated for creators to get a share of every trade through NFT.com. I'll select Confirm and Buy to trigger the wallet transaction from my connected address. I'll hit Confirm, and the transaction submitted to Ethereum, and will go through transaction processing in order to complete my purchase on chain. So this spinning wheel indicates that the transaction is still in progress, which I'll wait for as it processes on the blockchain. You can see it's completed already, and I can either share my NFT on social with a deep link into Twitter, or I can go into the process of purchasing another NFT, which takes me back to the Discover page. So now that I've gone through the process of purchasing an NFT, let's show what it looks like to sell an NFT. So in this case, I've loaded my NFT.com profile and I want to sell one of the NFTs that I have. I'm going to go to Edit Profile to see even those NFTs that are hidden, and I can see Magnus 4, the NFT that I just purchased. I'm going to unhide this NFT so that users can actually see it on my profile once I've gone through the listing process. Now you can see my updated profile showing my 3 NFTs. So I'll select this Magnus NFT. I'm shown that I actually own this NFT, and I'm going to go through the listing process right now. So here is the listing page for NFT.com. Now, one of the big values is that I can list on multiple marketplaces from a single transaction. So you can see I can list on NFT.com, where I could get benefit from no marketplace fees, as well as OpenSea, LooksRare, and X2Y2, all from a single interface. So in this case, I'll list my NFT on NFT.com, LooksRare, and X2Y2. Now you can see for each marketplace that I've selected, a separate line item comes up so I can set the price, currency, and type of auction that's available for this marketplace. LooksRare only supports fixed price, so I'll set my NFT price to 0.0001 ETH. X2Y2 only supports fixed price for ETH, so I'll set the same price. And the NFT.com marketplace allows me to choose between either a fixed price listing, which would specify the price that a user needs to pay to purchase the NFT, as well as a decreasing price listing, which sets a start price and end price and decreases the price over time. As more time passes and there's no bids, then the NFT gets cheaper. But in this case, I'll go simple with the fixed price option and keep it at the same price. NFT.com also allows me to select between ETH and WETH as my currency, but in this case, for simplicity, I'll keep it to ETH. I can also set the duration for my NFT listing, which in this case, I'll keep to 30 days. Now, when I hit the Start Listing button, that will submit the transaction to my wallet to then trigger the listing across the marketplaces. I can see that my minimum profit will be 15 cents. Of course, it's going to be less profitable if it gets sold on the other marketplace, which have fees. But if it's purchased by a profile holder on NFT.com, then I'll get that full price and not have any marketplace fees. So I'll proceed to list now, and you can see that I first need to approve the collections, which I've done already, in my address. And once I sign each of these transactions, this will trigger the corresponding listings on NFT.com. Now, in this case, conveniently, despite one listing failing because of an error on the X2Y2 side, I was able to successfully list on NFT.com and on LooksRare. I can share this on social so that I can promote purchasing of my NFT, or I can go through the process of listing another NFTs. So this takes me to my assets page, which shows all of my NFTs in one place. You can see that some are displayed by my Awimbawe profile and some are displayed by Fisher, while others are hidden. But I can also see the status in one place based on its listing or not listing and the purchase price of that NFT. I can also select multiple NFTs at once should I want to actually trigger a listing of all three and select list NFTs. And you can see that I would go through after my cart's opened the same process to prepare these listings, but in this case for 3 NFTs at once. This truly represents a one-stop shop for the actual listing of NFTs across marketplaces based on the NFTs that I want to sell and where I want to sell them. Now that I'm back on my profile, I can see the newly listed NFT available for everybody to see. If I select the NFT details, again, I pull up the NFT information, which shows the 2 listings that were successful through NFT.com. Now with that, I'll next go to show you how to change the settings around an NFT.com profile. So I'm back on the home page for NFT.com, and I can see up here my NFT.com profile name that I minted. If I select the dropdown, I can see that I have multiple profiles, and I can choose which one I want to set as primary. In this case, I'll keep Awimbawe 8910 and go to the settings to show you some of the tools that can be applied to any NFT.com profile. So first and foremost is association. One of the values of NFT.com profiles is that I can connect multiple addresses to my profile to display the NFTs from that address. So say for instance, I've got an address that's in cold storage and I don't want to make that key accessible. I can associate it one time with my NFT.com profile so I can still display potentially high value NFTs from that profile. So for instance, if I have 5 Ethereum addresses, I can associate all of them with Awimbawe 8910 to display the NFTs from those addresses in one place. I can also customize whether I want the profile to be an NFT gallery, i.e. showing my NFTs that I've collected across different collections, or if I'm a creator, I can also specify that I want my NFT.com profile to be an NFT collection. If I select this option, I simply need to add the collection address. I need to have associated the deployer key for that collection and sign the associated transaction so that I prove ownership of the collection and can now allow my profile to display that NFT collection. So many of our partners in the public beta launch went through that process to really promote their collection across different marketplaces from an accessible NFT.com URL. But because this is personal, I'll keep it set for NFT Gallery. Now, if you'll recall, when I went through the process of creating my profile, I set the expiry at 1 year to my profile. You can see that that's 1 year from the date of creation, or 2024. Now, at that time, again, anybody could claim that profile name because I'm no longer paying to maintain exclusivity of that name. So at any point ahead of that time, though, I can pay additional years of that license in order to extend the expiry and guarantee my exclusivity for longer. So the minimum is 1 year of extension, but I can increase that over time. But in this case, I'll keep it to 1 additional year, which would cost 0.03 ETH. In order to renew, I would simply select Renew License if I had enough funds, and submit the on-chain transaction, which would then update the expiry date. Now lastly, I can transfer my profile to another address. Of course, that means I'm giving up access or ownership of that profile to the new address, but can also be good for transferring it between multiple addresses that I own. And lastly, I can also select a primary NFT.com profile which displays as the owner for NFTs that I purchase. So right now, a Wimbaway is set as that owner, but in the future, I could switch it to one of my other profiles, like for instance, Fisher, or I could simply create a new profile. Now that I've shown you some of the settings for my NFT.com profile, I'll last show you some of the additional features that NFT.com provides to interact with your actual assets on chain. If I select the wallet icon, I can access notifications, which provide me updates when NFTs have been listed or purchased. I can see the assets, which I showed earlier, that shows all of the NFTs in my associated addresses. And I can also select activity so that I can see some of my trading history over time. So you can see here that I've got a number of both sales and listings of NFTs across various marketplaces in a single place. And this is a great way to summarize and access some of your trading history over time. And if I'm done, I can either change wallet if I want to switch to a new address, or sign out to remove the connection of my wallet to NFT.com. So with that, that completes the demo of the public beta for NFT.com. We're so excited by the value that creators and collectors alike will bring to NFT.com and really help to build a more social, engaging, and aggregated experience for buying, selling, and growing NFT collections and NFT communities. Thanks so much, and we'll see you in the metaverse.